The problem with not having a goal is that you can spend your entire life running up and down and never scoring. This quote is according to Bill Copeland. Hi guys! Hello, hello, hello! Yes, my name is Goodness Usman, and of course, I am your Fab Lady Realtor for Niger Realty 24/7. Alright, so in this video today, we're just going to talk about goal setting, purpose-driven life living. Yes, we are in the beginning of the new year, January 2022, and we know what happens in the beginning of a new year. Everybody will be out trying to set their goals, get a new year resolution. You know, when it comes to this new year resolution, a lot of people do not believe in it because, or some people have stopped doing it because they end up going back to whatever it is that was supposed to be an old habit, right? It's only very few percentage of people fall through. I mean, they follow through to the end of the year. Usually, when it comes to setting up a resolution by Q2, people are falling by the wayside. Anyway, but let's talk about goal setting. So we're not coming here. We're not going to be talking about New Year resolutions, okay? We will rather talk about goals, setting goals. Now, according to the quote of this man called Bill Copeland, he said that if you don't have a goal, you know, we have the tendency to spend our entire life running helter-skelter up and down on the field of life, you know, and we never spoil a goal. I mean, who really sets out of their life and do not want to set a goal? We do not want to rather win. I mean, there's nobody, right? And well, maybe there are some people, but I know that winners always set out to do what? To win. And they do everything in their power to do what? To actually win. So there is no one that is a winner, a champion, a success, be it in football, be it an actor, a musician, even the politicians, you know, presidents, world-known leaders, billionaires, business tycoons, you can name it. None of these people that has been successful, that has proven to be successful in any of their chosen field or career, that set out without a goal. Nobody. I mean, of course, people without goals are obviously people that are not setting out to be successful. I'm sorry, but that's the way I feel about it. So you will look at it year in, year out. In fact, most successful people, all successful people, I could say, due to experience, due to research, you know, you can tell that they have several goals for different purposes. I mean, in different areas of their life. And they have these goals in yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and it boils down to daily goals, okay? Because they have to break it down. It's not just enough to have a long-term goal. You also have a short-term goal. And when we say short-term goal, if it's yearly, then you now break it down into quarterly, then you break it further down into monthly, and then you have weekly, and of course, daily goal. That is where I am personally interested in. Yes, when it comes to our goals, if we cannot break it down to daily, then you do not wake up knowing what to do. But if you're able to break down what your goal is to daily, I mean, you know what you should do daily, you know the activities you should get yourself involved. This helps you to be focused in life, because the truth is, if I don't break it down into daily, I can decide to waste my time for a whole day doing the non-meaningful things, doing things that will not help me, you know, drive me towards achieving my goal for the year or for the quarter or for the month. Okay, so yes, it is important that we break down our goals. Now, why am I talking to you about goal setting? I know a lot of you are super successful people in different careers, so it means you're way experienced than I am. So I'm not here to tutor you people. I'm just here to refresh our memory and then have this conversation with you. But also to tell you that you need to set a goal for your real estate investment. Investment generally. So I'm going to pick it up for investment generally. What is your goal? I'm so sure that a lot of you watching me have your goals for the year already mapped out. So the question I want to ask you, I just want to, you know, give you something to think about, some food for your thought is, in all of these your goals, is investment inclusive? That's what I'm here to talk about. That's what I'm here to ask you. Do you have a plan for investment this year? Because I know that a lot of us set these goals. Some people they don't put it in different departments. Like you don't have it in different areas. So let me give you an example. You can have goals on your personal life. You can have goals in your relationship. You can have goals in areas like finances. You can have goals in fact, I wrote them down here. You can have goals in health. Okay, so you see that they are in different departments, right? So if you do not have goals for investment, I really want to encourage you to do that, because there are benefits to why you should do that. Now, this has nothing to do with whether you are a real estate investor or not. I think everybody in the world needs to have, year in, year out, needs to have a real estate investment goal. Yes, let me tell you why it is important for you to have a real estate investment goal. Now, you can have other investment goals. Do not get me wrong. You know, I normally encourage on this channel that people should invest in so many areas as much as they can, but I am only telling you about real estate because that's the one that I know, and for God's sake, it is the most solid and most secure form of investment compared to other ones that, they are not as solid as real estate. So yes, this brings me to talking about the benefits. So why do you need to have a goal for investment? It just gives you direction. Okay, remember the quote I started with that says we will be running a scatter if you don't have a goal, and you will never achieve any results. You're never going to score a goal in the field of life. So if we want to be successful, truly successful, you have to have an investment goal. Okay, so I give you an example now. We all have this lifestyle we all dream of, or you have a particular lifestyle now, you want to maintain it. So tell me, how do you intend to build that particular kind of lifestyle that you have, or how do you intend to maintain your current lifestyle if you do not have an investment goal, a real estate investment goal? How? I don't see how, because the truth is, even if you're working somewhere, you're earning salary, you still have to have a plan on your salary. You have to know what you're doing in month out. Okay, you have to decide certain percentage is going for this, is going for homekeeping, is going for health, is going for emergencies. You must have savings, you must have emergency pocket. You know how you have like basic 5 pockets when it comes to your income? Investment is part of it. Not just having savings, not just having, you have savings, you have investment, you have health / emergencies, you have, of course, upkeep, right? And then you have, I don't know what other pockets other people have, but I think that's the basic 4 that I kind of work on. Okay, yes, you can have it in your own different ways, but what I'm saying is, I know a lot of people who do not have these pockets. They just wake up, get their income, make their money, and just spend it the way it comes. So, and that's why it's easy for somebody somewhere to just call them and give them some story about how they have problems and all of that, and they easily just give away money, okay, without even thinking about it, because they just see the money sitting in their account, and what they can do is to just keep spending and spending without plans. Now, people with such attitude, what happens to them is they will see that over the years they would have made a lot of money, but they can't simply account to it. It's not like they cannot account for the money anyway. They cannot tell what's tangible. They won't be able to pinpoint to anything tangible they've been able to do with their income. Why? Because they were baselessly spending it baselessly, so to speak, if that's the correct English word. Anyway, but for those who are more financially intelligent, that are smart and prudent with the way they're cautious of how they spend their income, and you will find out that those kind of people are the ones who maybe even earn little than so many people, but they can show what they have done with their income over the years. So yes, a lot of us need to get more financial literacy. It is important that we get financial education, and then as we go into the new year, as we are going into the year fully, we will carefully spend our money in the right way. In a way where we will also put our money to work for us. Do you understand? So because really, how long does one have to work for money? Ask yourself. How long really? I'm 37, right? So how long do I have to still work for money if I don't start putting the resources in place now for money to work for me? When do I even intend to retire? If I actually retire, what will I be doing? What will be the source of income? If I lose, if you know how it's so funny how when unfortunately some people will lose their job and they cannot sustain their family or maintain their lifestyle for 6 months. It's that bad. For some people, if they lose their job now, that's it. That's it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we just wake up one morning and we get to that level. But what I'm saying is, if we embed these cultures in ourselves, there's a way we can, take care of ourselves in case of life eventuality. Have a saving culture. See, when I come here and talk about how I encourage you to invest in real estate, it doesn't also take away the fact that you have to save. In fact, I'm big on encouraging people to save to invest. Okay, so you must have a saving culture. It is very, very important. I see a lot of people out there who really, literally can do better, can own great investments, and they assume they can't. Why? Because of their spending culture. They have a very bad spending culture. I mean, I have friends that the problem they have is not that for that money not coming into their hand. Once it comes into their hand, they will remember one thing they want to buy. It's all about buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. And I'm like, what are you even buying? You're buying stuff. You're buying just stuff, just liabilities, things that are not bringing back money. They're not going to bring back. They're not going to bring back generate investment in return for you. So why? Don't get me wrong, please. In this conversation, a lot of people get it twisted. You know when we say you have to leave because you're the one working for the money. You have to do baby girl for life, baby boy for life. You have to pamper yourself. Yes. Earlier I talked about pockets, right? Yes. So there are pockets for vacation as well. You can have pockets for, I don't know what you would call it, but it can be termed enjoyment or enjoyment relaxation. So you have in that pocket, you now have the subsection for vacation. So lifestyle, you can have it as lifestyle. It might be a lifestyle pocket. I think lifestyle works. I think that's what I use. So lifestyle. So you want to travel once in a year, you have that money in the lifestyle pocket. Okay, you want to every Friday, you do thank God it's Friday if you're the type. You have the money staked down there. So you're not taking money that is meant for investment for lifestyle. You're not taking the money that is meant for upkeep for lifestyle. You're not taking the money that is meant for savings for lifestyle. Or you'll take the money that is meant for your upkeep and go and dash one person in the name of being a good girl or a good person. You don't inconvenience yourself just because you want to please somebody else. So yes, I want to encourage us to, as we go into the year, if possible, if you're in this category that you didn't impute this in your goals, I want to advise you go back and do it. And if you don't have this saving culture, this culture of having your income in different pockets, I think you should go and do it, because really it is very important. I remember turning my life around when I started doing that. Okay, having different pockets. So no matter what you're telling me, if I don't have budget in my personal budget lifestyle, if the pocket is not for Ashwebi, if you like, marry the first child of Jesus. They know me for that. I'm that Ijebu. I'm that street. Okay, because it's also easy because I really do not like Ashwebi. Okay, so I just zero on it. But if you like Ashwebi, it's okay. But at the same time, I think some people need to tone it down. Imagine how much some people spent on Ashwebi last year. I'm not saying you cannot go to parties and marry with people and you have to look good, but come on, a lot of times you can have something very cool at home and just wear to people's party. Must you really be in uniform? You can only buy the gele and the filler. And that's why I like men. You see men, the ones so white color, black. I think white and black is basically, especially that white. When they wear their whites like this, it's the filler that we buy. Why are they so shape? Party has started. Or a black. It's just my opinion, and I feel because. So this is what I think. There are times for everything. Okay, a lot of people are where they are financially because they cannot sacrifice. They can't. Some people cannot sacrifice. That's why, how do they say it in English? It's just literally what it is. It's sacrifice. I used to have a driver who earns 50,000 naira per month. And this guy is a married man with family. Now, what he does is he eats 3 freaking times in a day. I've not seen that. It keeps busting my head. Every time I remember, I'm like, why would someone eat 3 times in a day? 3 solid food in a day in Lagos. 3 times in a day. He will go to Buka 3 times in a day. I'll look at you like that. Like, and then he keeps complaining. And I told him one of your problems is that number one, you even eat too much, So now that's just an example, just to drive home my point. What I mean is, we need to learn. Sometimes there's a phase in our life I think is meant for sacrifice. You can, like, I'm still young, I'm single, right? I feel like this is the best time for me to, save, be a bit hard on myself, a bit sacrifice because of work, because of the future. Now, the energy I have now, the freedom, so to speak, that I have now, if I'm married and I start having kids, I won't have them. So I need to do more, sacrifice on the time, sacrifice on a lot of things. So yes, before I disfocus. All right, so what I'm saying is, we need to learn how to also play sacrifices. And if you want to be a serious investor, sacrifices is one of the key opponents of it. So now, I go back to my bullet points. What are the benefits of having an investment goal? Now, I've talked about all of the pockets, right? So you need to go create your pocket. Remember, investment pocket, upkeep pocket, emergency pocket, saving pocket, and then lifestyle. Okay, so you can add your own, whichever way works for you. And of course, in all of those pockets, you have something like in lifestyle now, vacation. So if you are the type that likes to go for vacation 2 times in a year with your family, you have to know which country are you going to, how much does it cost you. Okay, so I'll give you an example. This year I'm going to travel on vacation. Last year I did, but I almost did not. It wasn't a travel vacation, it was a working vacation. All the travels I did was a working vacation. So for Christmas I was supposed to be in Dubai, and Dubai slammed their door and said no entry. Anyway, that's what the boy said. So I want to do vacation this year, and I started planning. Okay, so from whatever my income is in the month, I will pick a particular percentage, because I know how much it will cost. I have an idea of how much it will cost me, the flight, the hotel, everything, food, small shopping. I have an idea already. I have it written down. So I've broken it into 6 months, because it has to be middle of the year, right? And then in 6 months, I know how much monthly I need to put in that savings, okay? To save so that I can be able to fly, to go for that trip. So the same thing you can do. It's applicable with every of the pockets, okay? So what you need to do is your income, you will break them in percentage. Okay, 20% goes for saving, 30% goes for investment, 40% goes for upkeep, 20% goes for lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? So that way, you can, and you have to be diligent with it, okay? Except, God forbid, there's a life-threatening situation, unforeseen situation, God forbid, it will not be our portion. At that point, you can't help yourself. But on a normal, cool, chilling, sunny, raining day, you should be able to do that. All right, so the benefits of why you should have an investment goal in this beginning of the year is also so that you can be focused, okay? It helps us when we have a goal, real estate investment goal, whichever goal, it helps us to be focused in life, okay? I'm not limiting this conversation to just real estate investment, but you know that my major course is also real estate investment, right? But then you can apply it in every other areas of our life. So yes, it helps us to focus, because the truth is, when you don't have a plan, you just be beating around the bush, and you will not achieve anything. You can't pinpoint what you are going to achieve. Did you set out to achieve anything? It's what you set out. So it's like you wake up in the morning and say, I want to go to Abuja. That's when you're in Abuja, you know that, okay, that was what I intend to achieve, and I achieved it. But when you're not here, there's this favorite quote of mine that says, if you don't plan to fail, you will fail to plan. That's my favorite quote any day, anytime, because it's just the truth. If we do not plan to fail, we will fail to plan. So if you fail to plan, you have just set yourself up for failure. You have just automatically planned to fail. So there's no shortcut to this thing. So yes, that's one of the benefits. Then it gives us this financial stability, right? Then it helps us build a lifestyle. So you have a current lifestyle now. You will, it helps you to build that life, to maintain that lifestyle, or build a lifestyle you want for yourself. Maybe you're this type that wants to be traveling the world every year. Because you have an investment plan, okay? You have an investment goal. You're investing severally in real estate, in different properties. Then it will help. See, the truth is, you also have pockets. for real estate investment, and that is on short-term and long-term basis. Now, for short-term, you still can have categories. For long-term, you still can have categories. A long-term can start from 5 years. It can span into 10 years. It can span into 15 years. So having all of those goals, all of those categories helps you to build the lifestyle you want for you. And guess what? The exciting part for me is that it's not just a lifestyle for you. That's the thing about investments. When you are passionate about investment, when you invest, it's not just for you. Trust me, it is not for you only. It can never be for you only. Even for me, that I'm a single person, it's not for me. My family, it extends to your family. So you're not just doing it for you, you're doing it for your family. So it's even more critical for family people that are married. You're doing it for your family, your wife, your husband, your kids, most especially. So it helps you build a lifestyle for yourself. So point number 2 is that it helps us to plan for retirement. When you have a real estate investment goal year in, year out, you will be planning towards your investment and your retirement. So I don't know the age that you are in, but you need to start planning. Even at my age, I need to start thinking about retirement, right? So when you have an investment goal, like I said earlier, you can do short-term or long-term investment. Now, the long-term can fall for you to retirement. So you have a retirement plan. You can use a perfect means of having retirement. You know how we tell you guys to buy a new home, it's good for retirement, you should be thinking about your retirement. Real estate does all of that for you. So that's point number 2. Now, point number 3 is also, I've said it, but it's not as a point. It was just to bolster my point. Now, it helps you plan for your family. Now, I'm going to break that down. Now, for your family holistically, right? Your children especially. So, you have 3 kids. How do you plan for their tuition fee, education, their life, if you yourself, the parents, do not have a specific goal? If you have a vague goal, how? That's why you see some parents just wake up years in of working, they'll be running a task to pay school fees. I'm like, without an emergency, give a shell. I mean, you know that this kid is supposed to be, you're supposed to plan for it. You know, you have 3 kids, their school fees is going to be, you can have, it's like someone that the wife is pregnant and after 9 months is already a task to pay hospital bill. Now, don't forget, it's not even CS, cost of operation, no. Regular, normal office bill. And I'm like, how do you guys even do this? Aren't you? Yes, I know some cases are not like that. Maybe they had the money and at some point something happened, life happened and all of that. No, I'm talking of a normal scenario where they just chillax and be waiting for the day. And 9 minutes, that's when they start running. The same thing applies to rent. I don't get how people are looking for their rents to pay. You see, my rent is due this month. They start running. I'm like, really? In the last 10 years, I don't see, yes. The month where I get to pay the rent, just to be like, whew. But trust me, a lot of the time, 6 months before my rent expire, I have it. If I don't have 100% of it, trust me, I have 60 to 70%. And this has been something that has been part of me for the past half a decade. Maybe because I started living alone early, and maybe because there was usually nobody to go run to. So maybe because of that. Because really, what am I going to run to say my rent is due? They're just going to look at me and say, sorry, go figure it out. So maybe that from my training, but then, I mean, you should have those plans. I mean, you should. Everybody should. So yes, I think I've said so much. All right, so yes, the whole essence is that I want to encourage you to have your real estate investment plan for the year 2022. Now, another reason why you should have it is that you now know what you need. You will be able, so when you see properties up for sale, you can ask the right questions, and then you would know that, okay, this is a solution that is tailored for you. But if you don't even know what you want in the first place, how do you know that is a solution that is tailored for you? And I've said this before, some people buy properties for the wrong reasons. Yes, the general investment purposes is there. But if you don't even have a plan, how do you even know that you need this general investment? You need this property for investment. To buy it and just keep land banking. How do you even know? Exactly. So we all need to. This is not me exclusive. All of us, including myself, I'm reminding myself, we need to create that culture. Real estate investment is a journey. It should be a lifestyle. Okay? So if you're having a plan, if you have had plans last year and you have invested a lot, it doesn't stop you from also having plans to invest this year. Yeah, you might not invest as much as you did last year. I get that. But it doesn't mean that you will not invest at all this year. How do you make money, 100% income, and you're not putting a certain percentage out of that income in a space of 1 year into something that will generate more income? Because the truth is, whatever you have invested last year is for last year. Not so that it's for last year, but it's going to generate income for you. But there are so many other opportunities that will be coming into the market that you need to also seize. You need to tap into and enjoy the dividend that's going to come from that investment. And guess what? What you invested in last year will probably have a different timeline in terms of you getting the return on your investment to the one you will do this year. So all of this thing, if you look at it, is just about you having the right plan. Having your plan in place. It might not be perfect, please. Again, can we stop trying to have the perfect plan? No. A sketchy one is good to run with. And then you keep revisiting it. That's the problems I see that a lot of people also do, which I did, I think, earlier, some years back. You have a plan and you just leave it. You don't revisit it. It was when I started revisiting my plans, monthly, weekly, monthly, quarterly. That's why I started getting more results in everything that I do in different areas of my life. In my movie production, you can imagine how I'm a professional. I'm a premium realtor, and I still get to make films, 3-4 films in a year, and act in some other people's films. You can imagine. I need strict plan for me to be able to function, and I still have my personal life. You get, so it is strict plan that gets me those results. Do you understand it now? So thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know if I really do not have an idea who this video is for. You might be here in Nigeria, there abroad. I don't know. As I know, one thing I also know is that I think a lot of us in Nigeria falls in this category of not having plan. For the people that I know living abroad in different parts, in different countries, is you just have to have a plan, because you can tell your income year in, year out. So if you don't have a strict plan, you're just going to mess yourself up. And then in Nigeria, you can get somebody to sign me and say, hey, please, I need help. There, who's going to help you? Well, every man for himself. You carry your cross by yourself and yourself and yourself alone. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. And that's why you see that a lot of Nigerians in diaspora say we Nigerians in Nigeria, we have too much expectation from the ones abroad, that we forget that you guys' income is strictly on, like it's pretty stable and you can predict everything. Just like you can predict the time you will get a taxi, a time you will get onto a train or on a bus. That structure is there. So yes, the environment might teach you how to have a structure, but you probably didn't break it down. So in a nutshell, I just want to encourage you to go ahead, get your plans for your real estate investment for this year, and please, I want you to discuss your plan with me so that we can, go embark on this journey this year, this your real estate investment journey this year smoothly. I know that yes, some of these plans is also based on what we bring into the market, but then when you just have it at the back of your mind that you have going to set out, or you have a certain amount you want to invest in property, so when the new properties or a property comes into the market, you can now look at it and say, okay, does this fall into my plan, and then let me invest in this property. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video to the end. My name is Goodness Usman. I am your Fab Lady Realtor for Nigeria Realty 24/7. I hope this made sense to anyone. Just like I said, I don't know why I did this. I don't know who this is for, but if this works for you, I will be very, very glad if you let me know that yeah, it made sense to you. I will be very, very, very glad, like I said. All right, so yes, let's start your real estate investment journey in 2022. Yes, it's important. Trust me, so many deals is going to come into the market. So get yourself ready, prepare yourself to invest in these properties, whether it is a land or it is a house. So still, you need to stay glued to this channel to know when these offers are coming up, and turn on your notification bell. Thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Once again, I really appreciate everyone on this channel. Hey, Yay! We got to 3,000. We hit our 3,000 subscribers and just surpassed it. The family is growing, so we're looking forward to more. Yes, help me show some love, like the video, share this video with people, and then let's bless more people as much as we can. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. So right now I say to you, oh,